What's up, everyone? How you guys doing? Welcome back. Today we're gonna continue working on the 06 Mustang. Got finished taking her apart. Got most of the work done. We got fuse box alternate apart. Most of the engine harness is connected. The only things I'm gonna have to disconnect are the pump for the power steering and the AC condenser pump. So I get those off. The engine should be pretty much completely taken out, ready to pull. Gotta put this up on jack stands, get up underneath it, and disconnect the transmission, disconnect the drive shaft, and it should be ready to pull out. Alright, car's up on jack stands, ready to go. I actually forgot, but I still have the exhaust all mounted in here. So I gotta take that off before I can take the drive shaft off. So I'm gonna do that real quick and then we'll get back to it. Alright, got most of the exhaust off. Got one axe back right there, over here. Actually, come over here and look. Let's move this right next to this one. So we got the, this isn't stock, but the aftermarket Ford Performance dual exhaust conversion for the 05-09 V6 Mustang. So I guess they probably also fit the 2010s. But these axle backs off of mine, as compared to the donor, I mean, you can't really tell because of this here. The RTR, I believe these are the street spec, RTR street spec axle backs are much smaller comparatively to this. And that's partly due to the fact that these have a dual inlet design on the back. That's where most of the size goes. Whereas in here, you have the whole huge muffler portion, but on there, it's kind of concealed in a way, I guess, but it also makes it much smaller, a lot easier to work on. The only thing I don't like about this is this isn't the stock clamp that comes with these, at least from what I've seen on websites if you can buy them. So someone, whoever it was, the previous owner, put these C-clamp style clamps on here, and as you can see, they are very, very rusty. So those are definitely not going to stay on there. Probably wouldn't be visible with the bumper on, but I'd just much rather swap them out for a band clamp style like it came with originally. So I'm going to take these off. Hopefully it's not too bad. It's really rusty. Like the whole clamp, the whole bracket, all of it's rusty. So we'll see how bad this take off. I might be able to take it off, just kind of loosen the bolts enough to slide it out and then take that off of there. But I got replacements in, went to multiple auto parts stores, none of them seem to have it for some reason. Had to order some on Amazon, of all places. I got them in yesterday. So we got these style. Get a good grip on it. Sauce clamp, poly one, quantity one. Got these bad boys. I already opened this one up. Check it out. So this should be a lot cleaner look on there. These are 3-inch. Has space on the piping of the exhaust, so I'm hoping it fits. If not, I can order a different size. It's not too big of a deal. But I'll take these off, check if these fit, and then what I plan on doing is painting these black just so they kind of blend in a little bit better, also to kind of like prevent any further rust, kind of like you see with these. Over here we got the exhaust off somewhat. What I forgot when the last time I worked on this and I swapped out the exhaust is when I put these the piping for the over axle, I did it on the lift, so I had to lift it pretty high up in the air to get this over the axle. And as you can tell, I don't have a lift here, don't have a way to put this on the lift unless I were to order a what are they called, quick jacks. I might be able to. I don't think it will be able to clear, so I'm going to have to leave these on for now until I get to the part where I'm going to take the rear axle out, and then I'll be able to kind of slide them off. So for now they're kind of just hanging onto the axle, kind of like laid out to the side. Over here, wasn't able to get the X pipe out. I don't know how I got it on there originally, but I can't get it out now. Not without having to loosen up the piping for the cats in front of it, and I don't really have to do that because then I have to bolt the transmission cross member as well. And it's a little bit more that I want to try to do right now. First I want to try to get that drive shaft off and then unplug all the cabling for the transmission so I can get ready to get out. And then after that I'll try to get the X pipe off. The reason it's so difficult to take off is instead of it being one where you can easily slide on, kind of see there, it is in the next shape. So this comes in at an angle to the right and that comes in at an angle to the left, meaning that it's being supported where the transmission brace is. You don't have a lot of leeway from the piping from the cats to kind of slide it on. You have barely enough room. So that will stay on there now, which is fine because I can still get to the bolts for the drive shaft. Loosened them earlier. I didn't want to record taking them out until I loosened them because, you know, bolts sometimes aren't very cooperative. So I loosened those up. I had to put it in neutral so I can rotate the drive shaft, get to the ones on top, loosen those as well. So all four bolts up there and back here are loose, ready to take off, and the drive shaft should be ready to drop down. Real quick, one important thing to keep in mind, if I can see it, when working on your drive shaft, if you're ever going to remove it, so you're getting a different transmission or a different rear axle and you need to take the drive shaft out to work on it, what you want to do is you want to make marks your drive shaft and its coupling portion and like your U-joint where they all connects, because your drive shaft is balanced, so that way you can minimize vibrations when driving. But if you're doing anything like that where you're going to change where the drive shaft is positioned, you want to make marks so that way you can put it back in and it'll still retain its balanced position. So I have a few marks there. I'll try to turn this by hand. Got it in right now. And I got marks right there, so from the drive shaft to where it couples, and I have another one right here on the couple to the plate that goes on to the transmission. The transmission also has a mark too, where those marks coincide with each other. And same thing back there. I'm not gonna go over there to show it, but same idea. Make sure you have marks on there so you can put it back on the way it came out. Alright, took a little bit longer than expected. The drive shaft's out. Ready to move on to the next part. Alright, quick update. I tried real quick to take off that clamp, and it came off actually very easily. Even though it was really rusty, the nuts were still able to come off fairly easily. I didn't have to take it completely off, I just had to slide it off. But yeah, got rid of these nasty rusty clamps. Put them some shiny new band clamps on there. They're not fully on, it's kind of just on there to kind of test fit it, see how it all lines up, fits out very well. You have to kind of like, these clamps, the way they kind of like band around, if you put it around the tip, it's not going to grab on this, which is probably why the previous owner put those style clamps on it, because it wasn't holding. But what you have to do is, if you look closely, there's the I guess a notch, these like cuts that are made into the piping for the tip. That's where you're supposed to put the clamp on. You're supposed to put it all the way on the back, so that way when you tighten the clamp, you're basically compressing that portion of the tip, and that's what's going to grab onto your muffler. Otherwise, if you put this clamp all the way to the edge of here, it's not going to grab, and that's probably why I put that on there, is because the tip fell off, and it went with a different style clamp because they thought this type of clamp wasn't working, but really you just have to put it all the way to the back. And with the tip pushed all the way in as far as it goes, the clamp also lines up perfectly with the muffler. So if you do things right, they will work. So prefer this so much better. It looks a lot better. I have some black high temperature paint I'm going to put on this, so that way it kind of blends in a lot better with the rest of the muffler. I also need to clean this all up. It's also very dirty. I haven't gone around to do that, but this portion of the exhaust is good to go. I got the other side done as well. Alright guys, quick update. I didn't get to actually film an ending, but we did get to the point. We got the steering knuckles and the control arms off. You can see right there. We got 3 transmission jack extends. Those 2 up front. That one back there for transmission. Engine transmission's ready to drop down and pull out. Ran out of time today though, so stay tuned for the next one and we'll be ready to pull this out.